and welcome to MCTV's Let's Talk. I'm Mike Stanzillis, Vice President of Membership and Business Development for the Morris County Chamber of Commerce. And today is part of our ongoing Member Spotlight series. And today's spotlight will be on Allan Berger. Allan Berger is the principal of Berger Business Advisors. He's a business architect and strategist. Allan is an accredited business advisor specializing in assisting privately held business owners and leaders create and execute a growth or transition plan. Now, also, Allan is an ambassador here at the Chamber, and he's also the chairperson of the very new Business Strategies and Tactics Forum, and he's been a member here for 10 years. He's very involved in the Chamber. Allan, I'm so excited to have you here in Member Spotlight. Thank you for being here, and welcome to our show.
And thank you, Mike, for making the time to have this interview. I'm excited about that and looking forward to answering any questions you might have about what we're all about.
Well, that's what it's all about, right? So what is a business architect, right? That's not a really commonly known term. So did you devise that term yourself? And tell us a little bit about, what that means.
Well, I had a couple of architects for clients. And one of the things I recognize is that what architects do is help people envision what a building or a renovation is going to look like. I do the same for a business.
So what are some of the businesses you work with? Like what, when you say I do the same for businesses as an architect would do, let's drill down into that a little bit. Do you work with brand new businesses, existing businesses? Where are you in that, in the architecture part of the business?
I'm actually working with established businesses.
Okay, established businesses. And why is that, Allan?
And because these are folks who are already in business and are looking to either grow or change, in the part of the owner, their role within the business.
So they want to grow or change their role within the business. So I would imagine that means that, well, tell me, does that mean that they're starting from, a solo entrepreneur and working their way up to having employees? Is that kind of what you're talking about here?
Generally speaking, they already have employees.
Okay.
And the issue really is they need to transition themselves in one of two ways, either from doer to manager to leader, or alternatively to change their role within the business because there are other things they want to focus their time on in addition to the business.
That's so true. I was just talking to a new member the other day, and she is at that transition from being a doer manager to a leader, and it's a tipping point for her. And a lot of people get very confused about that, what to do. So certainly having a business architect could help you with that. What about growth, Allan? What's going on now with your clients in the pandemic, and where are they in terms of growth currently or future growth, and what are you doing to guide them on that?
Well, let me share with you an example of a company that is rapidly growing during COVID, which is kind of bizarre. They are a medical device development company that I've been working with for many years. They started out, the owner started out as an individual contributor and just as a software engineer developing software that goes inside of a medical device. Over the last number of years, he has now grown to the point where he has 90 people working for him. And over that period of time, he had to transition from the doer to then a manager of a smaller company to now a leader where he has to look at the future of the company and design and figure out how to grow his people to take over additional responsibilities so he can spend more time strategically on the growth of the business.
Well, that's a great success story from doer, manager, leader to growing their businesses. Right now, we're going through this crazy time with the pandemic. What are your clients, what's keeping them awake at night?
It's absolutely it's how COVID impacts their businesses. And it impacts not only business, it impacts every organization. We are all we're in an uncharted territory time. We don't know how long this will last. We don't know what the future holds, but we do know that right now we're in a position where we're emerging. And so we're coming out from underneath the rocks, and we've got to figure out, okay, how are we going to go from this point forward?
So how are we going to go from this point forward? Do you have a process that you use with your customers to figure out where are we going to go from this point forward?
Yeah, I do. And it's basically about getting into where their head is at, where the owner's head is at. And by that, I mean, what's important to them, both from a business and a personal perspective. And then once we understand that, now we define, okay, where do you want to be 3 years from now? I know we can't see that far, but that's how far we have to plan. So we take that vision and we break it down into, okay, what do I need to do to get there? And generally speaking, that means we put a plan together, a strategic plan to move from where we are today to where we want to be. We take that plan, then we break it down into increments. Yearly increments. Now, what we basically then look at is what can we accomplish in the first year that will provide an additional foundation for the next 2 years. Now that we break down into milestones that we say this is what we can physically accomplish this year, and then finally, what are the action items we need to do within the period that milestone covers to reach that milestone. It's really about putting together a project plan. And then the real key is, okay, getting folks assigned to each of those priorities, and then finally making sure that we're monitoring their progress.
Yeah, that is absolutely a great outline of what you do. And I think what you're doing is, we're in this uncharted territory now, and you're helping chart the territory.
Right.
I think business owners certainly could use that right now. So Allan Berger, Berger Business Advisors, how do people find you, Allan?
Well, I have a website, www.bergerbusinessadvisors.com. And also you can reach me through the Chamber's member directory. I'm located there, and there's a direct link to communicate to me as well.
Great, and we have a minute left here. So Business Strategy and Tactics Forum, brand new committee. Quickly, tell us about how that's going. What's that all about?
We're real excited about that, how that's working. Greg Stewart, another accredited business advisor, is helping me with that. And what we're basically doing, providing a forum for business owners and leaders to exchange ideas and challenges, and use the forum as a peer advisory group to each other, in suggesting best practices, as well as suggestions for alternate solutions that they currently don't have.
It's great. This is a great committee. It's a new committee, and it's open to the Chamber membership at large. And so, Allan, I really want to thank you for everything you're doing here for the Chamber. You've been here 10 years. You're an ambassador. You're chair of the Business Strategy and Tactics Forum, and of course, the principal of Allan Berger Business Advisors. So thank you, Allan. And today's Member Spotlight. If you are interested in a Member Spotlight, just reach out to me. It's mike@morrischamber.org. And I want to thank the members of the Chamber of Commerce for being here for us and helping us make this such a great chamber. Thank you, and thank you, Allan.
Thank you, Mike. Have a great day.